Presented by Climate Power. America, let's do what we do best. Build. We have an opportunity to rebuild our economy, fight climate change, and create millions of jobs in the fastest growing industry in the country, clean energy. But we must grab this moment before it slips away. American workers are ready. Now, Congress, it's up to you. We can achieve our clean energy future if we act now.
Parents and guardians, get your children ready for a healthy back to school. Schedule a checkup with their doctor and dentist and make sure they're up to date with new immunization standards. A message from the Virginia Department of Health and Virginia Department of Education.
This is the DJV Download. I'm Doug.
I'm Jen. And I'm Victoria.
This podcast made possible in part by Calitrin, the safe way to lose weight, Prevagen, keeping your brain healthy, and MyPillow, guaranteed the most comfortable pillow you'll ever own. All right, so Jay, let's get at it here and find out what's going on with this fellow who was a pretty well-known actor, right? Did you immediately recognize his name when you saw that he'd passed?
And I didn't recognize his name, but I mean, as soon as I saw his body of work, it was kind of like, oh no, he was the voice of Sebastian. He was the voice of Sebastian the Crab from The Little Mermaid, 1989. That was my favorite Disney film growing up. Like, put it on, sing all stuff. It was amazing. Guy. Yeah,
that's why I didn't recognize his name, because he was more of a voiceover guy than he was an actor per se.
And he was big on Broadway as well. He was Mufasa in The Lion King. He replaced the original one of the original guys in
Ben
Pippin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was very sad. No cause of death has been revealed, though.
Okay, well, he was 74. Not that that's all that old.
That's
Thank you.
I know.
Still. I know a lot of people. Thank you very much. That is very young. Right on, sister. Next, LeBron James. Is he getting preferential treatment? Because he's been making a lot of noise lately, and some of the other basketball players don't like it, Jay, right?
Well, here's the situation. So LeBron James went to an outdoor event for a little bit. It was his outdoor event for his tequila company, and he did not get fined. He was not suspended from any games. However, Mavericks player Kristaps Porzingis went to a club and was fined $50,000. He was not deemed to be a threat of spreading COVID or anything, so he did not get suspended. He was not suspended for any games, but he had the $50,000 fine where LeBron didn't. So you have a lot of people coming at this whole situation on social media saying LeBron's getting superstar treatment, and then you have other people who are like, they were totally different situations.
Who's Kristaps
yeah, but they were also totally different.
Whoever even heard of him before? Where is he from?
He's a big name.
Is he a big name?
Yeah. Like, I know nothing about basketball, and I can tell you I know that name. So that's how. Yeah.
I know nothing about basketball.
Here's also the situation where LeBron did. He was working. He was promoting his tequila. It was a work kind of event. And in the bylines and the rules, they even state that you're not allowed to go to any bar, club, lounge, or similar establishment, regardless of the player's vaccination status. However, they're not going to hinder anybody from doing endorsement deals, from working, from making money on side projects. So it's kind of like, was this preferential treatment, or did LeBron find a loophole?
Aha! All right. Jennifer Aniston says Brad Pitt was one of her favorite Friends guest stars. Just a little teensy promo for the Friends reunion, which will be airing tomorrow night, right? On HBO? The 26th.
Yeah. Brad Pitt's guest starring role was it was very iconic. He was part of the I Hate Rachel Green Club with Ross Geller.
Funny.
It was great.
Yeah. All right. So that's something to remember or to look forward to tomorrow night, the Friends reunion here. That certainly will be trending. Nothing beats the feel of a MyPillow towel when you step out of the shower. Every MyPillow towel is made from proprietary technology that makes them highly absorbent and soft to the touch without any of that lotiony feel. Plus, with a 60-day money-back guarantee, you can try them for yourself, return them if you're not fully satisfied. Made with cotton grown here in the U.S. and available in a lot of different colors, each towel set comes with 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and a 2-pack of washcloths. For a limited time, get the MyPillow 6-piece towel set usually $109.99 for only $44.98. Use the promo code DJV when you go to MyPillow.com and click on the radio listener special square. Enter the promo code DJV. While you're there, take advantage of the deep discounts on all the MyPillow products. Let's get at it. MyPillow.com. The towel set for $44.98 now with a promo code DJV at MyPillow.com. Jay Kirshner is in charge of social media, trending stories. So what's in the John Cena playbook other than he's the bad guy in the new Fast and Furious? What's he doing?
He's getting slammed as quote unquote being pathetic and spineless. So he was doing an interview on Taiwanese
that
TV.
That about wraps it up.
Uh-oh, what happened? Go ahead.
He was promoting the F9, the new Fast and Furious movie, and he had said that Taiwan is the first country that will be able to watch F9. And Chinese fans were all irate.
They're already watching it, actually. They have it there now.
They referred to Taiwan, that he referred to Taiwan as a country and not part of China. And so he issued this complex apology. He did his apology in Mandarin.
Groveling for the friggin' Chinese.
Well,
and a lot of people
I guarantee. I mean, clearly he didn't do like Google Translate. This is probably from the movie studio saying this is our biggest audience. Don't piss off anybody.
Well,
that's
that's true. They said that they would have lost tons of money, but that just shows how China is in total control of Hollywood. I mean, it was embarrassing.
How much money did China? How much money did China put into F9?
Right, and I heard someone joking that now he's gonna go back to WWE and Hulk Hogan's gonna fight him in the. An America versus China match.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying this is another example of Hollywood ignoring China's faults and happily taking its money.
You can F China as far as I'm concerned. All right, let's keep going here. By the way, the movie has done very well in China already, and China is a huge audience for our movies. That's why the Chinese government is investing a lot of money in trying to control a lot of the product that's coming out because they then find it more usable, if you will, or adaptable for their culture. Okay, next up, Seth Rogen discussing the cancel culture. Like, I really want to have Seth Rogen give me advice about cancel culture. Okay, so
why not?
Because he's a dip, but that's just me. I never liked Seth
he
Rogen.
has a very reasonable response to comedian cancel culture, and people need to stop whining about it. He says, hey, if you, like, jokes are not made to always last and stand the test of time. If you made a joke and it aged terribly, that's what he's saying. If you made a joke and it aged terribly, accept it. If you don't think your joke aged terribly, then keep saying it.
In other words, if
everyone
I said
needs to
something
stop
10 years ago, if I said something that was a joke 10 years ago and it's not funny now, I shouldn't be held responsible, and I agree with that 100%. What is in the past is in the past. Don't be pushing people off of a cliff because they did something, maybe considered silly or whatever it was. It was acceptable then. So what are you going to this is rewriting history. I'm with him. But I don't like Seth Rogen, but I like this.
I don't think that there, if there's something that somebody said back, once upon a time and it just didn't hold up, like he's saying, hey, it didn't hold up, acknowledge it and move on. People just need to stop whining about cancel culture.
But there's so much. All right. So you also have the story. We were just talking about this off the air. Victoria, I don't know if you've ever heard Tim Conway Jr. He's on at night at KFI. Jennifer and I like him a lot. He's a very interesting guy, actually, and on a very good radio station. But he apparently took some liberties, did a sketch, which he does a lot, on some Chinese person. I don't even know, Yako Sakamoto.
The wife of Vic the Brick Jacobs. Vic the Brick Jacobs is a very popular, iconic sports guy in Southern California radio. He was on the Rick D show. He's been with iHeartRadio
Rick
for
the
a long
Brick.
time.
I remember that. Okay, so is that why there was a problem? Because this woman is the wife of somebody famous? What's the big...
Well, no, the problem is the 5-minute skit being incredibly racist. It was Tim Conway Jr. and his executive producer, Sharon, how do you say her last name? Bellio?
Bellio.
She was the one that did the accent. She did the impression.
Shtick. It's his, but
you're talking, Doug, about, like, if this was a joke from the 90s, then, okay, we could let it all go. But, like, Tim Conway, does he need a senior evaluation to figure out what year it is? Because, I mean, he should have known, and this went on for 5 minutes. It was ridiculous. Of course he was going to get suspended.
Equipped with karate sound effects, characterized Japanese accent.
I probably would have laughed at it.
Parents and guardians, get your children ready for a healthy back to school. Schedule a checkup with their doctor and dentist and make sure they're up to date with new immunization standards. A message from the Virginia Department of Health and Virginia Department of Education.
I am Robert Strickler. My wife Joyce and I have been married for 53 years. Certainly one of the really important things in my life are our children and our grandchildren. I am essentially a writer. I've been involved in communications in the media. I've been an avid fly fisherman for at least 40 or more years. I've been taking Prevagen on a regular basis for at least 8 years. For me, the greatest benefit over the years has been that Prevagen seems to help me recall things and also think more clearly, have a crisper ability to remember and think through things. And I enthusiastically recommend Prevagen. It has helped me an awful lot.
Prevagen, healthier brain, better life. Robert Strickler is a content contributor for Prevagen and real user, based on a clinical study of subgroups of individuals who are cognitively normal or mildly impaired. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Kim Kardashian is president. No, Kim Kardashian
Could you imagine?
is pregnant. Maybe that's not true either. What's the story?
There's a labor dispute and a lawsuit against her. She's being sued by former
she's not
gardeners.
in labor? Oh, damn.
Nope. The former gardeners and maintenance workers from her Hidden Hills residence are saying, I mean, there's a lot of claims. One, that the Kardashian withheld taxes from their wages without furnishing those amounts to the government, did not pay overtime, did not allow meal and rest breaks. There was a 16-year-old on the crew who surpassed the 48 weekly working hours allowed for his age.
Hello, it's California, and there are illegals everywhere doing all this stuff. What makes her special? This is baloney. Nonsense. Everybody in the world has the same circumstance. So what's the story? Who's going after her for what reason, really? Aren't you glad I asked?
She was violating the labor laws.
Everybody does. So what's the real deal?
Well, is she supposed to inspect the crew every day when she's not even there, when they show up in the garden?
And here's what her team is saying. Her legal team is saying that she hired a different company to even do all of this. So she had no hand, or she didn't even know what was going on with the day-to-day work. She has nothing to do with any of this. It's the other company.
Yeah. So this is a much ado about nothing, like most of what's in social media is all about. Okay, so let's get to what people are saying. We did talk a little bit about Tim Conway getting axed for a week or so, and the Rand Paul thing. That's something that's been trending. Amy Klobuchar yesterday said she wanted to reopen trade agreements with Cuba. You asked our audience to weigh in. What have they been saying?
A few people are here for it. Jerry Huffaker, I like it. Chris Burton, go for it. Craig Donahue says, like, we really need another source of exploited labor to undermine American workers. That Amy sure is a friend to the worker. Carrie Morgan says, well, a sizable
That's a real stretch.
Really.
Wow.
Carrie Morgan says, well, a sizable percentage of our electorate are openly Marxist or socialist. So, with a whole bunch of O's.
Okay.
Zach Watts asked, what's wrong with Cuba? Zach says, I never understood.
Right.
We trade with China all day long.
Yeah.
Right.
And all the other
Saudis.
countries.
Yep.
Yeah. Bad guys everywhere. So anyway, and lots of people like Cuban cigars, as I think one of the listeners pointed out. So there you go. This is the DJV Download. I'm Doug.
I'm Jen.
And I'm Victoria.
This podcast made possible in part by Calitrin, the safe way to lose weight, Prevagen, keeping your brain healthy, and MyPillow, guaranteed the most comfortable pillow you'll ever own. All right, so what's the story here, Jay?
Peacock fuels your true crime obsession with exclusive new originals like John Wayne Gacy, Devil in Disguise.
He said to me, clowns can get away with murder.
Dr. Death, the undoctored story.
This guy's dangerous.
And Epstein's shadow, Ghislaine Maxwell.
She inherited Jeffrey Epstein's secrets.
There was this whole other world going on.
Plus the most bingeable crime series, Buried in the Backyard and Snapped. And with the Dateline 24/7 channel that's always on.
Did you want her dead?
You can't not obsess. Sign up now at peacocktv.com.
Parents, get your children ready for a healthy back to school. Schedule a checkup with their doctor and dentist, and be sure they are up to date with their immunizations, including the COVID-19 vaccine if they're 12 or older. A message from the Virginia Department of Health and Virginia Department of Education.